Audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So finally, you are there. Much awaited result for Ayershie.
Yes,
Finally,
sir. Yes.
understanding and congratulations to you, first and foremost thing.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
And I know you were waiting for so long.
Oh,
Be-
it's okay. It's okay, sir. Actually, I joined earlier because the weather is
yeah,
very
yeah.
great. So,
And now, how is the weather there? I mean, because of the cyclone and everything. Is it everything fine from your side?
sir, it is fine. However, there has been a considerable amount of rainfall since the morning. Yes.
It's fine. Okay, okay.
It's fine compared to the other cyclones, but it is cyclonic.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. So yes, Ayushi, let's we're going to talk about in detail about the UGC NET, how you cracked it and everything. Okay. And I told you congratulations. And you were also waiting for your UGC's much awaited result of your cracking the exam and this thing that qualification for UGC NET that you have done this time. So, but definitely this time UGC debacle has happened. A lot of thing has, but as an aspirant that everybody has to go through. I want to ask you, how did you just go through that time period as an aspirant? Because you were also you have attempted before also. Now you had twice. How was it overall for June attempt at least?
So, sir, initially when I was preparing for the June session, the one which we had in June itself, so the preparation was a little bit smooth as compared to what I felt afterwards because that was, like, technically speaking, that was a second attempt from my side as well because I attempted in the last December cycle, so it didn't turn out to be good. But I was fairly, like, if I was very well prepared, and the exam went extremely well, extremely well. The paper was very easy. That is also one thing. The paper was very easy, and the exam went extremely well. However, when I heard that that exam got cancelled and there's another exam which we have to sit in, so it was a bit
Really
frustrating.
heartbreaking.
Yes, it
Heart.
was a heartbreak because I did not have the guarantee whether the second exam is going to be exactly like the previous one.
Yes, because you in competitive exam you can't really guarantee certain things. If one exam that you attempt and that went really well, you are confident, and all of a sudden that exam just got cancelled. No fault of your own from your side, just cancelled. Okay, all of a sudden,
Yes, sir, yes.
and again you were going to attempt it. You never know what is going to happen.
Yes, sir, very true.
Uh, so, so in the first attempt, then in that case, what was your tentative? You were going to score around 200 that time, or more than 200 you were thinking of?
Uh, Maybe 201, 202 or 204, something around that, yeah,
Okay.
zone. But again, I was not sure. I mean, because the main thing that I learned from that exam was I have to finish it within time. So it was a very good lesson that I learned, and also I have to practice mathematics and aptitude, that part, that chapter. So that was something which I was not very well prepared in the first attempt, although I was very well prepared with the law area because so the thing is, since I also prepared for CLAT from jury sets, you must be knowing that, sir. So I had all the notes ready. The law portion was amazing, amazing. But it was my fault that I faltered a lot in the paper one area, and these areas I didn't focus. So paper one was a little less scored than paper two, of course. I mean, compared to paper two. But then when the August exam happened, I made sure that I have to practice mathematics and I have to finish it within the time because we don't have negative marks. So
True, true, true.
yes, sir.
So that's a blessing in disguise, definitely. That June attempt might have taught you. But what is the score this time? You probably more than 190, right? This time.
Yes, sir. It's 196.
196. So okay, so 202 and 196. But another thing, the last attempt was a lot of people said it was easier. So and this attempt was much tougher than the last attempt, definitely. Why do you call it tougher? I mean, what are the grounds on which? How do you compare the both the paper?
So, sir, firstly in paper one section, what I remember is there was one question from the statistics area, the one which we are taught in research methodology part or research aptitude that we call. One question which I was not aware of, or I was not even prepared to answer that a question of that category. And other than that question, paper one was fairly easy. But in paper two, so when we are covering international law, let's say, we don't expect questions from current books and authors in the modern era pertaining to international law. That is something, I think there were three questions in total which came from that area. Again, there was one question asked from IPC. That was a little disappointing because IPC is a very easy paper and we try to cover the sections. It's a little easier to cover than jurisprudence.
True.
And even, sir, in jurisprudence, because of the previous records, whatever happened, the jurist chronology, or let's say the authors and the books, none of those came. I know about my friends, and as for myself, I can speak. We all prepared those areas extremely nicely. So
Well,
the entire chronology, hierarchy, but those did not come. Instead, the international law area came.
yes. That
That was
that I
very
was
niche.
that I'm going to tell you, okay, irrespective of that, I mean, in the place of the jurisprudence, the international law, the authors and everything that was
Yes,
asked.
sir. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm.
And I don't remember exactly, but I think a lot of questions came from IT law as well. I was not prepared from because I didn't get the time, or I don't know whether everyone gets the time. I didn't get the time to prepare each subject equally.
True.
I sort of picked out subjects and prepared. So those were the areas I was not prepared to answer.
Mm.
That was a setback.
Understanding. You also told, okay, what are the portion that you have just left out, and that might have caused or caused few marks for you, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong. Definitely.
a lot of marks, sir.
So now let's get to the paper and how it was in general. Okay, how was paper one? How was, if you find it in relation to this August exam, how was the paper one in general? It was tough, easy, and what do you analyze of it? How do you analyze of it?
Sir, I would say it was medium range, neither tough nor easy. Easy, not at all. Not too difficult to answer because paper one is something which doesn't exactly have a particular syllabus. It will always cover things which, where, let's say, we have read so much from teaching aptitude, but there may be questions from parts which we have not exactly covered, but which we have been taught in classes. The concept has been taught, so we have to answer from the concept. So
True,
it was not too difficult as well. It was doable.
absolutely.
And yes, sir.
Hmm. And what about the paper two? How did you find the paper two? Was it bit
Paper two.
challenging or bit easy?
Sir, it was a bit challenging for me because again, I did not prepare every subject with equal vigor. I missed out certain subjects. It was my fault maybe, but I did that. So for me, it was a bit challenging.
No, but the thing is that I want to ask you. You stated that you didn't cover all the subjects, though you have been able to crack UGC NET, which is a very good thing. Okay, because there are many aspirant. They are like you. They don't want to cover all the subjects, especially the minor laws. They tend to leave those minor laws. And I am understanding you are one of those aspirant. You leave the minor laws. You focus on the major laws, and you crack. You've seen it very, very comprehensively. I want to ask you how, if any aspirant like you, they want to follow your path, focusing on only major laws and want to crack the exam, how will be able to do that?
So firstly, so if I'm covering a particular subject and leaving behind another subject, I made sure to cover everything from that subject. For example, sir, in jurisprudence, let's say, I covered every, although the question did not come this time, but I covered everything. Then, sir, for constitution, so constitution we were taught excellently in our class days from research. We got the very elaborate case law study, article concept, and everything was taught so well. It was very well put together. So I covered everything from constitution. From international law, also I covered everything, whatever I could. But again, administrative law is something I didn't cover. I didn't touch that subject. Then, sir, IPC also, this time we had a little bit of confusion whether DNS is going to come or IPC. So I covered both of those acts, the basic act, the
True.
bare act, just the bare act. Then, sir, since I had IPR specialization in my master's, so it was a bit easy to cover the basics of IPR. And, sir, Hindu law, Muslim law as well, because we were taught both these subjects during our CLAT days again. And, sir, for papers like, let's say, contract, Consumer Protection Act, then, sir, Motor Vehicles Act, and Comparative Public Law, I covered the 10-year questions pertaining to those subjects because I didn't study the subjects well. So 10-year questions and all the questions in those areas.
Understanding. It's a good take in how you have done. It's very because that has to be done when you are focusing on only major laws and going for it. Then you have to be very thorough with your major laws, each and everything. Okay.
Yes, sir,
So
yes.
that's great. So Ayershie, because you have attempted few times, it's not that the first time that you were attempting UGC. So is there any changes in pattern or anything that you were able to observe nowadays the UGC is trying to find in their paper? Anything that's under your scanner, under your observation that you have been able to find?
Sir, one thing in paper one, they focused a lot on ICT. In the June cycle, there were a total of 4 questions that came from ICT itself, which
True.
was a little bit surprising because in December those many questions did not come from, because ICT is again a very niche topic where a little bit of concept is required.
True.
Number one, this, sir. Number two, so again, sir, a lot of conceptual questions are being asked nowadays because, for example, I remember in the June cycle there was a question related to physical science. For a sake, I don't remember the question, the options well, but it was pertaining to physical science, something that we don't generally come across. That was also purely general knowledge and conceptual based question. And this is one that I'm finding in paper one nowadays. They are asking a lot of concept based questions. And so in paper two, if we consider this time, August 30th August exam, so they asked a lot of questions from the minor areas. That is something I think we should be very well aware of if we are sitting for the upcoming exams to cover as much as possible.
Absolutely. Any subject that has surprised you this time that you didn't expect these kind of questions can be asked from this subject in paper
Um,
or paper two?
well, I don't remember right now, but so I expected questions from IPC, from criminal law. That was, I mean, it's the reverse of what you're asking me, but I expected questions from criminal law, but there was just one question. And this time, the August one, because in June there were several questions. Definition section they asked, then they focused on several parts from IPC. But sir, this time,
They
even from
haven't.
jurisprudence, no, sir, they haven't. So I think the pattern may change a bit.
May change a bit. And also the another thing that might lead to this change, because you people already have attempted once and you are already attempting another one. So due to that, they had to suffer a lot of subject. That might also be.
Hmm, 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 hmm. Yes,
All right.
sir, very true.
Because the you people are the same when you attempted the first one, and you people are the same when you're going to attempt the second one. It's not the next slot or next batch
Hmm.
they're attempting. So yeah, true understanding. But yes, these two things that you have shared. Uh, so now, Ayershie, what you are doing? You just completely for PhD and academia and everything, or litigation, or what?
No, no, sir, I want to stay in academics. So last year I completed my master's. Currently, I'm working as a research fellow in education. So I do want to pursue PhD. Let's see by God's grace if I get into it. So it will be a
No.
little.
Do you want to start with the assistant professorship now or later?
I do, sir. I do because now that I have got net, and also, sir, what I've observed is the teaching experience counts a lot. So if I get an AP position in an university or any place, so that would also be counted in my future because the UGC
True,
norms they look into this.
true. That's great. That's very good. And currently, you were telling me you are also research fellow right now,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So that's going on. That's very good. That's very good, Ayershie. And yeah, we had LLM journey. Now we also cracked UGC. So a lot of things, a lot of memories with you already. Okay, I see. So definitely, thank you very much, and all the very best for your
Thank you,
future
sir.
endeavor. Okay, and in future, if you need any help, we're always there for you.
Of course,
Okay.
sir, of course.
Okay.
I have already received so much assistance, model support. I don't know, sir, you remember this or not, but when I sat for class before the exam took place, I was on 19th June 2022. So there, it was my final year, and there was a lot of internships which we have to do. One day I got super confused and I called you and I said, sir, should I pursue with this internship because it's a paid internship? And that was the time when you told me, no, you have to focus on one thing if you want to get that. So that is something I consider. I consider it till now, and I'll consider it in the future as well. It was a very golden advice, sir.
That's great. And that led you to today where you are right now. Okay. Because
Yes, sir.
otherwise that would have cost you LLM because
True, sir. Very
that's
true.
very important. Okay.
Very true, sir.
That's great. So all the very best,
Thank
Ayershie.
you so much,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Yeah.